Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the first season of Resident Evil from Netflix. And this is a series adapted from the video game series, which, I guess to give a little bit of context, this is getting horrible reviews. It has like a 3.6 on IMDb. Generally, it seems like most fans of the games absolutely hate this show. It looks like, I saw some reviews saying this is the closest thing we've gotten to like real Resident Evil. Except, literally the only two things that even remotely relate to Resident Evil are the name Wesker and Umbrella. So, and it has zombies. Which, a lot of things have zombies nowadays, so I feel like this series doesn't feel like a Resident Evil thing. And I get what they're trying to do. They wanted to make a different story in this universe set 30 years after this virus actually took over the T-virus. And it really focuses on two teenage daughters of Albert Wesker, who's played by Reddick. Interesting choice. He's a really good actor. I don't feel like this show really built a strong base for all the zombie craziness that goes on. And I have to say, there's some exciting zombie moments. There's some exciting action. One particular thing that happens in the finale is insane. Like, I did not expect them to go in a specific direction in terms of something that's introduced. And it's just like, what the hell is this? But it was exciting, but it was weird. And this whole entire show is centered around two teenagers who, it's like, I don't really want to sit there with two teenage girls through a Resident Evil story. It feels like the kind of thing where it's just like, this feels less of genuinely trying to expand the universe and more of, well, we have a zombie show, let's just plaster Resident Evil on it. People will check it out, right? And, you know, people checked it out, weren't happy. Like, the teenage girls aren't the most interesting characters. They deal with very tropey and cliched things, obviously, but you're thrown into, like, this zombie apocalypse situation here in New Raccoon City. And you're dealing with a lot of, there's scenes and moments that build up a decent amount of tension, are thrilling and exciting. I just never felt really invested in the story. It leaned on a lot of tropes and didn't really develop anything that sets this apart from the vast just plethora of different kinds of zombie projects that we have out there nowadays. Like, there's a reason why zombies started going away from being popular, because we've seen so much of it before. This isn't a Train to Busan. This isn't Resident Evil. Like, it's still, there's a certain thing about Resident Evil where it's like these armed, authoritative characters that get all of their strength stripped away because they're under-resourced, they're in creepy, unnerving, and tense-filled situations. And I just don't feel like anybody can get that right. Why? Like, the whole entire point of those first two games especially, where they were creepy kind of haunted house games that you barely didn't have anything to defend yourself. And you're trying to do your best. And this show just feels like run-of-the-mill kind of zombie show focusing on some different domestic situations, including these two teenage girls who happen to be Weskers and, you know, conspiracy, evil corporations, yada, yada, yada. Nothing particularly new or interesting in that front either. And, you know, big zombie creature effect stuff. And in the end, it just feels like, well, I'm not going to remember this show after like 10 minutes after finishing it, which is really disappointing because it has the name Resident Evil on it. But those are my thoughts on Resident Evil Season 1 on Netflix. Let me know what you think and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.